Greetings and welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeffico, and my co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, Chris, Disco, Season 3, Episode 8, Sanctuary. What you think?
I definitely better than the last one. Definitely better than the last one.
I am wearing Babylon 5 hat and uniform because I'm protesting that last episode. I enjoyed this episode, but I'm still protesting that last
episode. we are dealing with the fallout of that episode still. We still got Tilly's, and she's just warming the chair for Burnham.
As I was pointing out, I was not happy with her and her talk to the captain with respect. But as you said, she's his hype man.
Yeah, she's the hype man. She's like, "Yo, this is my boy. You gotta treat him with respect." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, all right, Tilly, you're bringing the energy. You're bringing the energy that we need."
No, you don't talk to my captain like that. Grow some antennas, you piece of shit. I'm gonna stomp you with my boots. I said science was fucking cool. You know what I think is fucking cool? Killing Andorians with my boot. That's what I'm gonna do.
This was right off the bat. Saru's having his ongoing problem with trying to come up with his own catchphrase.
Make it warp.
Make it warp. Yeah. I saw someone suggest proceed, which actually might work for a sort of passive vegetarian captain. I don't know. What do we call Saru now? But it's just like, yes, proceed. Sure, go for it. I have faith in you. Do the thing.
It's Discovery, so I think by the end of the season they will settle on a catchphrase that's like, "Let's fuck them up."
let's fuck them up.
That one I'd be okay with.
All right,
that one I would actually be okay with. Science is fucking cool, hurt my head, but let's fuck them up. Saru saying that, I think I'd be okay with it.
How about just Burnham's great?
I'm gonna end this call right now.
I could deconstruct the both of you with a snappy insult and a withering glance.
Congratulations, your mother must be very proud.
I killed her.
No, you did not, by the way.
This episode starts out with Georgiou in the med lab, hanging out with Hugh. I really enjoyed their banter.
We were saying, I think the best thing that Discovery's writers have going for them is their banter. It's consistently excellent. Hugh needling her about, oh, where did I bury that last body? Or everything that Stamets and Reno say to each other. It's good stuff.
Yeah, her mental cognitive abilities are falling apart. Later we see her in a skin tight white outfit, and they're scanning her, and it's Then of course she does the Georgiou thing, steals the stuff, and looks at her own data.
And she's just Hugh's right. She is plainly very freaked out by this.
Yeah.
Where is your composure, Empress? Were you like this when you were the High Queen of the Terran Empire?
Oh, when she was, her doctor would be buried with her, Chris.
Yes. Yeah.
You'll end your days howling at the reflection in the mirror. A living death, that's not what I want for you.
If I had time, I'd poison your children.
If I had time, I'd have children. Now, do you want my help or not?
It looks like even next episode we're going to be delving more into Georgiou. Cronenberg returns. So that should be fun.
Yeah.
It looks like a boxing episode, Chris. I see some callbacks to Chakotay Voyager's episode.
Yeah.
We didn't get Boothby on Earth. Maybe we'll get Boothby in that.
Oh, okay. Because it looked more like a gladiatorial combat kind of thing from the preview. She's chucking axes around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be boxing too.
I know you, Captain, but you stopped the fight. You ruined my career. Nobody's gonna put me on the card after this.
What does he look like?
He's got a couple of kilos on me, a few centimeters in height, but I can take him, Captain. I just have to stay off the ropes.
So they find out the point of the burn. It's in a nebula, the Varbin Nebula, and that's where the song's coming out of. I gotta say though, the stupid Vulcans couldn't figure this out.
I mean, I'm surprised by how wrong they were. They were so sure that they started it and it started there. They were so sure that their planet left the Federation and totally isolated themselves, and Burnham shows up with 3 data points. She's like, no, it's something completely different.
You know what doesn't surprise me though? Yeah, is if you were gonna trust the Vulcans and be okay, maybe in Enterprise I might not trust the Vulcans, But in TNG and everything after, pretty reliable people. In Disco, though, they haven't yet proven themselves to us because we barely spent any time with them. And this is what we get. I'm like, well, they can't even do research right, and they have a science academy.
Yeah, that's their whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a signal coming from the center of the nebula, and we weren't sure at first, but it's deliberate. Something or someone is definitely sending it.
Okay, we're figuring it out though. So it's a Federation distress call that's being piggybacked on a song. Was that what we decided it was?
It was audio.
Was it the other way around?
Yeah, it was an audio call, and it was the song, and then Saru's like trying to like get different levels of the song to see if it means something.
He's doing the I was thinking like, oh, this is Nog, listening to it. It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
doing the Ferengi thing.
I thought Zori in that freaking Star Trek short episode with the Nebula.
We're going to keep bringing up Zora until it actually happens, because yes, like bets on it being Zora on that discovery in the Nebula for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it makes sense, but do they care?
We got 2 episodes. We got 2 episodes for it to make sense.
Actually, we got a lot more than 2 episodes left.
Is it? I thought we were just going to 10.
Oh well, let's see. We got Terra Prime, I think it is, which is 2 episodes, and Frakes, and then the finale.
Okay, all right.
And we might even have, I think we got 1 more maybe before Terra Prime. So, yeah. 5 more episodes.
The next episode's the first of the 2 parties, I think.
Okay, well then, I'll have to cover some sensitive information coming up soon then. Nielsen was in a command chair. At this point, they're just rubbing it in.
Sir, if we return fire, Osyraa will see it as an attack from the Federation. Emerald Chain will retaliate against everyone.
At this point, we have no choice, Lieutenant.
Even later,
I knew you were going to go off, but
even
as
later,
soon as I saw
like,
it, I'm like, oh, there goes Jeff.
Saru's just like, well, we have to help them, even though it goes against orders. And Nielsen's just like, here's the orders. Here's what we're supposed to do. Here's some regulations. And it's like, finally, a good Starfleet officer on the bridge.
Yeah. You keep on quoting regulations.
Yeah. You'll earn that chair. No, they won't give it to you. You got to win the popular vote. Yeah. Down on the planet, Chris, Qui-Jon's plague is sea locusts. And the only way they could get rid of them was going to the exchange for help. Our sea locusts have left the sea.
Yes. I think they decided that it was just the chain or whatever just showed up and offered them a solution in exchange for their worms, which really reminds me of the think tank episode from Voyager.
Without problems that test the limits of your abilities, you cannot expand them. Perfection will always be beyond your reach. 7 of 9.
The Viridians arrive with Osiris. She calls. Well, he also skipped ahead. Osiris at the start of this established her badassery by killing her nephew and feeding him to a worm.
I liked that nephew. Well, actually, no, I didn't. I liked Georgiou just sort of flexing on that nephew, which is, again, where the Discovery writers seem to be really good at. I liked her just belittling and bullying him.
Poor little Tolor, just like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm in a and I'm eating. Hey, we know for a fact that they can spit you back up.
Yeah, that transform was brutal with him. Like, he lost a leg or something immediately, and Burnham just got gummed. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, can anything kill Michael Burnham?
No. No, of course not.
Now, they're not playing nicely, so I'm going to need Book and whoever he came with.
So you can what?
When have you ever dared to question me?
Got the cool, like, British accent, you know? Should be probably using, like, sex to get her way as an Orion. Oh, you scoff. I saw that look, Chris. But I can show you history of where that was always the way with Orion.
Well, it's been 1,000 years. It's been 1,000 years.
Okay, yeah. We evolved past that.
Yeah.
She didn't put eyeliner on this morning. Not for any. She did it for herself, okay. Chris. Not to convince Saru. Like, why don't we talk about this in person? Pheromones. He's like, I got pheromones too.
Yeah, I will say, like, we've I know that episode of Enterprise is pretty stupid Like I kind of see what where they were going for with that one, where it's like, oh no, it's the Orion slave girls are actually the ones that are in charge because girl power, I guess. But it's just like, oh, that's dumb, and I feel like it's almost kind of worse. Like is that almost kind of a worse message? It's like, yeah, we're slave girls, but we also have the hormones that make the men enslave us. I don't know what they were going for. It was really stupid.
It's given us the life of slavery that we've craved.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, we've got these slave girl species, but don't feel bad about having a slave girl species, because they're actually the ones running it, right? Yeah, no, we know that's stupid.
It was just a shot to paint some girls green and put them in skimpy outfits. Enterprise was good to us, Chris.
Yes, they were very good at the skimpy outfits, but absolutely nothing since Enterprise has even, like, if they've mentioned the Orions, they have not gone anywhere near that, and it's probably a good thing.
Well, I mean, we saw some Orions at the Syndicate in that first episode, but yeah. So Book goes down on the planet with Burnham, and we meet his brother, gets a warm welcome. Brother pretty much just wants him to give Ren up. Like, how do you know Ren's even with him? long trip just to get there and give up your friend. So because Ren has that secret, and that's why she wants him. Like, oh,
I mean, it was a pretty good secret, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this guy's role was before he got his antennae chopped off. He seems to know a lot.
Well, to chop off somebody's antenna is a pretty personal thing. So I'm thinking he was her mistress, and he got all her secrets, and she felt betrayed, and so she chopped off his antennas because he knows where to shoot the ship. He knows that they're low on dilithium, even though everybody probably is.
Yeah.
So who knows what else?
But I guess like their particular, like, that is a very important strategical point. Like, they are particularly low on dilithium, so they can't sustain like an actual war. They can't actually bring to bear the force that they claim they can.
Okay, let's try this another way. I don't have a lot of time to wait.
Her ship was good, but I mean, Book's ship took it out. Like,
they're still
Discovery's
using
just like
photon torpedoes.
She's powerful, but well, I mean, Discovery got hit by
quantums.
Yeah, okay, quantums.
Yeah, they're still using photons. Like, just throw a new adjective at me, right?
Yeah, come up with something new, but they didn't at the start, so why do it now? I mean, come on, what works better against the Borg? Phasers that you have to keep modulating, or bullets from a Tommy gun?
Yeah, yeah, right. If it, like, give me a new adjective. I feel like it was weird them using photon torpedoes.
It was weird them using quantum. Quantum's ancient too.
And it is, yeah. I do think Tilly's plan was not that bad. Like, oh, we'll have a different ship doing it that's being piloted by not us. Which would probably, like, that would be reasonable against, like, the Romulans or something, or just another power that respects sort of negotiations and that sort of thing. It'd be like, oh, well, technically it was this, but I do not think the chain cares about that. You don't go up to them and be like, well, technically that wasn't a Federation ship, and they're like, we don't give a fuck, we're going to kill you anyway.
It was a Federation officer piloting that ship. Well, technically she took her comm badge off, which is traditionally
you know what happens, like, when you take your comm badge off, we can't do shit.
Yeah,
like there's a lot to back that up.
Good work, civilian, good work.
Yes, thank you, random citizen.
You have saved the day yet again.
Saddle up. Lock and load.
We got a lot of scenes between Book and his brother, which I really liked Book in these. I thought it developed his character, showed off his acting.
No, yeah, I always like Book being on screen. He does a great job.
Yeah, and you see that his brother's been, Book left. He's trying to run this place. He's trying to keep the planet going and feed his people. And he's got a kid now, and so he's just like, he's battling himself really, and Book is just there to point that out to him. And they fight a little bit, but eventually sees it his way.
And he's living large, right? She
nice
she
place.
she beams in. He's drinking some Kwok-Choon whiskey. Was that what she said?
Yeah.
Was Kwok-Choon gin a little too close to something copyrighted?
Yeah. I'm like reading. I was like, oh, I wrote that Kwok-Choon.
Is that Kwok-Choon whiskey? I could use a shot myself.
At the end of the episode, they make up, which was good. I liked Burnham taking the nephew Leto and be like, let's go peel off some of Linus' face.
Yeah.
Like, why are you down for that, Linus?
Linus is great with kids. Everybody likes Linus.
I thought like they're like, oh, we're gonna confine Linus to his quarters. Be like, oh, is he still like acting up with that fucking transporter?
Yeah, I thought it was because he was beaming into places he's not supposed to be.
Beamed into the
showers.
You're like,
that was actually like really inappropriate, Linus. You can't just beam into people's quarters.
Yeah. See Locust, they put him back in the sea with Discovery's help. And now they can feed their people. Just give them a fucking replicator. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, they're pre-warp. They're pre-warp, which is, I think, what was implied. So the Federation can come in like they have before and sort of fix the scales a little bit, like sort of like a private little war. But they can't just be like, and here's a replicator.
Janeway would have left one behind. Like,
yeah. Okay, Janeway would have.
Yeah, that's pretty much the episode, Chris. What do you think?
Final thoughts. Definitely liked it more than the last one. I'm willing to let that last episode be a blip, because this is definitely the farthest we've gotten in a Discovery season where I'm still on board and I'm still invested. I liked we had you mentioned, of course, Frakes' directing, and we had a lot of great stuff. We had like actual lines and interaction from the rest of the bridge crew, like them talking around the lunch table or whatever. That was great. Give me more of this. We're learning about Stamets. He's got hobbies. He plays the piano. That's not really direction, but just it's great that we have this.
Well, you'll have to speak to Captain Saru and clarify your intentions aboard his starship.
Aye. One eye, yeah. I know.
So we did get two things that I think were Frakes references in this episode. One of them is piloting the ship using some sort of video game tool. I think last time we had a joystick, and this time we had VR controllers.
Ooh.
Look at me, I'm Detmer, I'm Detming.
You gonna go manual over there, Chris?
Yeah, we're gonna go full manual. So that was number one, and of course the second one was one eye is sufficient acknowledgement, Ensign. I choose to believe that's a Frakes reference.
No, that is. I've heard that a few times, and it's a callback to Frakes. So
yeah.
This to me, this episode, not a perfect episode, but it definitely redeemed Frakes for this season. I didn't like the Terra Firma Earth one or whatever it was.
Trust me, you've weakened the shield. You just have to keep the pressure on. Go back and... What the hell is it? What's that noise it's making?
It's a cat.
What is that? Like a pet?
I'm back on board. I was like, yay! Because, I mean, what did we have last? We had French Picard and Earth. I'm like, this is a downhill slide for me personally.
yeah. For Picard, when the bad episode hit, it just kind of stayed bad, and this was a good bounce back. We let's just forget the last one.
It doesn't get to write him. This episode, for a Discovery episode, it had a lot of character development, which I really liked. Like, you got to see Stamets and Adira's relationship, and like even when he was talking to Georgiou, and he's just like, if I had time, I'd have kids so that you could poison.
Yeah, that was actually interesting. Like, that's cool.
and then you see him and Stamets talking like Adira being a child in that, and it's almost like is that something that's on the plate for those two, like having a child? Is that?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Like they're sort of going to adopt them.
When I sleep like this, my back kills.
Well, you've got to take better care of yourself.
You don't need to fuss over them, Hugh. They're not a child.
Technically, they are a child.
Okay,
Stamets is like sly adopting, and be like, "You're my kid now."
Yeah.
I could try to have a kid on my own, but I want a brilliant one, and you've already fit the criteria.
Yeah, let's just take this one. We can't do any better.
Yeah. Special effects are kind of cool. Watching Detmer fly around and blast the ship.
That's good stuff. We're heading into what looks like a pretty interesting two-parter for the next one. So, yeah, we'll have to get on that next week.
Cronenberg appearance?
Yeah, more Cronenberg for sure.
You knew this would happen to her?
Our future is slot prison.
Is this the cure?
This is my chance, and I'm taking it.
I was really confused from the trailer, and even when I was first seeing it, when her face was like coming out, I was like, okay, like
yeah,
what
I think that was the scanner.
Happening? Yeah,
I don't think that was actually her. I think
after they took the scanner away from her or whatever, it's like, okay, that makes a bit more sense to me now. Context. Thank you. I guess that's it. Till next week.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. Okay, gotta go eat now. Bye.